Yes. Okay. This is the second video in our series about the cube root of 1. And we are going to be checking whether something that we discovered in the last video can actually be a cube root of 1. Let's go to the whiteboard here and here. And let's do, no. Let's go to this whiteboard here. And we were talking about some number x, where x to the third could equal 1. And because of the way the unit circle works, with 1 being here and that being 360 degrees, we need 120 degrees. And we determined that this point on the unit circle could be the cube root of 1. And this point would have to be negative 1/2 plus square root 3 over 2i. And so if we cube it, meaning if we take 3 of them and multiply them, then we should have 1. Let's check that right now. Okay? Well, how are we going to check that? I am actually going to use the binomial theorem. Using the binomial theorem, we need 3 of these. Sorry, not 3 of these, but 1 of these. Never mind. No, we're not going to use the binomial theorem. We're going to make this simpler, okay? We are going to square this and then multiply it by another one of these. Square root 3 over 2i. Okay? And when we square it, we get negative 1/2 squared plus 2 times negative 1/2 times square root 3 over 2 times I, right, because it's one of those, okay, plus square root 3 over 2i squared. And then we're going to take all of that, once we have it, and multiply by negative 1/2 plus square root 3 over 2i. All right, and this is because when we do a plus b squared, this is just sort of as an aside, and you can confirm how this works by yourself. We're going to end up with a plus b times a plus b. So we have AA, BA, AA, AB, BB. So we have a squared plus AB plus BA plus b squared. So that's 2AB right there. Anyway, this is going to be 1/4 plus 2 times negative 1/2. So that's minus 1 times square root 3 over 2i, right? And then plus square root 3 over 2. When we square that, that's 3 over 4. And when we do I squared, that's negative 1. Because I is the square root of negative 1. So I squared is negative 1. So this is actually minus 3/4 right here. So that is this part. That's this part, okay? And then we need to multiply that by negative 1/2 plus square root 3 over 2i. All right. Let's multiply the 1/4 by negative 1/2 and then by square root 3 over 2i. And then we'll do the negative square root 3 over 2i, and then we'll do the minus 3/4. Okay? So 1/4, so negative 1/8 plus square root 3 over 8i. Okay. Now minus square root 3 over 2 times minus 1/2, right? That will be minus minus, so plus square root 3 over 4i. That's it, okay? And now minus square root 3 over 2 times plus square root 3 over 2i. We got those i's squared, so that's negative 1. So we're going to have this negative, but we're going to have 2 negatives because it's I squared. I squared is negative 1. And then the square of square root 3 over 2, that will be 3 over 4. Great. Now we do the minus 3/4. Minus 3/4 times minus 1/2. That's plus 3/8. And then finally the minus 3/4 times plus square root 3 over 2i. So 3 square root 3, we got the minus, and then 3 square root 3 over 8, and then this I. All right, so that's interesting. Let's see how this works out. Negative 1/8 plus 3/8. So I'm grouping the terms that are kind of similar or like on the same scale in a way. Okay, and then minus 3/4, so plus 3/4. Okay, cool, we got that. And then for the i's, right? These are the terms with the i's. So this is how many i's we're going to have. We're going to have square root 3 over 8 plus square root 3 over 4. Now, I like the 8 on the bottom. If I want the 8 on the bottom, then I need 2 square root 3 over 2 times 4, which is 8. So 2 square root 3 over 8, and then minus 3 square root 3 over 8, minus that many i's. So that also goes in these parentheses because that's multiplied by I. Okay, so this all cancels out. Square root 3 over 8, 2 square root 3 over 8, and then minus 3 square root 3 over 8. That all cancels out. Nice. Now, minus 1/8 plus 3/8 plus how many eighths? This is 3/4, which is 6/8. So this will be minus 1 plus 3 plus 6 over 8. I don't know what that is. Please help me in the comments. And this is probably the end of the video. And now we have figured out that, what was it? Negative a half plus square root 3 over 2i to the third power is negative 1 plus 3 plus 6 over 8, which you may or may not be able to figure out how much that is. Stay tuned for the next video. We also have possibly another solution to this equation, x to the third equals 1, other than the solutions we know so far. So that solution is 1. And then what we've been checking here is negative a half plus square root 3 over 2i, right? And then maybe there's a third mystery solution that we might do in another installment. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, comment, share, follow. Yeah.